not a great early game laner. I think that, 2-second snare coming through from Ryze means that, the cleanse pickup is going to have to be there. This is an area now where Cloud9 can look towards Jensen, can look towards Blabber in the early game. But as that lane progresses,
Week 4, Week 5, a summer split, they turn it around. They go on a massive win streak in a best-of-1 environment. They know how to play those games as well. And because both of these compositions feel so similar, strong early game junglers, scrappy top laners, bot lane supports that just want to go in, there's some explosive potential in this game.
Yeah, there certainly is. And I think the other thing you do have to point out for both of these lineups is how well coached they are. Reaper, coach of the split in North America, had the
Cloud9 are going to find themselves back-to-back objectives, the turret into the Rift Herald.
And you have to really applaud Jensen's map movement there. Didn't pop himself over the wall with the blast plan, go for the gank, because the turret was a real objective, and he knew that would leave Blabber exposed, and actually they go in.
Bottom side is going to be Chain CC into the damage, baby. They blow him up, and that is first blood of Worlds over to Cloud9.
Yeah, it certainly is, and everything just going Cloud9's favor at the moment. They've got themselves the 2,000 gold lead. First objective, first neutral. Actually, no, Dragon went over, but first Rift Herald as well as first blood. Certainly a good way to start.
2,000 gold ahead, 12 minutes in. Let's take another look at this from Zayzal.
Yeah, and I think that Riev had really been flirting with this play because he's been able to dash away a couple of times. As soon as you get hit by Zenith Blade and the ultimate is available for the Leona, you're just dead. You see all the follow-up damage that comes out of Sneaky with a Sunlight passive procs, but that's just great, I guess, capitalization on how aggressively this Pyke was playing the laning phase. To the tier 2, then walking through the jungle and putting extra pressure. Again, a skirmish.
Meanwhile, bottom side, Riev just cannot get away from these two. Now Chitan, low on mana, gets himself away. Not going to be worried about dying himself just yet. Ranger positioning himself to maybe make a counterattack happen here. May run into Jensen there in the river, has to flash over the wall.
I mean, that's a very decisive play. You got to applaud that. Flashing just immediately, knew he was cut off. That ward just around the corner of Dragon has survived twice. I would take Kai'Sa 10 out of 10 games.
I think most people would take Kai'Sa 10
where that is going to be a bad trade. So now when you add in the fact that it is 16 minutes into this game, and your Kai'Sa has 2 kills, you're happy.
Blabber's in some trouble though, going to be taken down very low, suppressed right back into the grinder, and KBM are on the board.
Yeah, certainly are, and once again, they're looking bottom lane.
Zayzal's in some trouble now as Sneaky will be forced to retreat all the way back into the fight. Zayzal draws into the Eclipse Shield, trying to get back underneath the turret, keep himself alive, will not do it, and KBM has tied this game right up.
Yeah, and you gotta applaud Zanshin's roam down there, willing to get out of his lane. He's down 60 CS, he's down a turret, he's not doing anything versus Licorice, but to be able to roam down, pick up 2 kills, they will be able to get themselves that second dragon of the game. The game is still heavily in Cloud9's favor, but all of a sudden you start thinking one team fight into 25-minute Baron. Double Mountain Drake is only going to make that easier.
Right. I say the game's tied up, I'm talking about kills. Gold is still 3K in the lead of Cloud9.
They're going to start pressing into Ranger's jungle now. Olaf with farm isn't the best champion. That's a face check.
This is the same spot that Blabber died last time. Licorice will commit the same sin. Tries to resurrect himself, wants to get away, not gonna do it! Cloud9, the same error twice in a row, the same punish coming in from KBM.
Yeah, and it's just because KBM isn't answering sideways. And Cloud9 are playing a little bit too impatient, If that wave hits the turret, and they haven't walked into the jungle at that point, you're just denying farm away from the KBM lineup. You're incrementally increasing that lead, but if you skip the step, if you go for the face check beforehand, all of a sudden, you would argue that the kill probably is worthwhile at the moment. The strongest member of the Cloud9 lineup is now dead. This bottom lane turret's going to go down. And all of a sudden,
let me go down the inventory of KBM right now and read off all the magic resistance items. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, there's none of them.
There's none. Not a single thing. Not a shoe, not a null magic mantle, not anything. And that means Jensen, 795 damage to minions. It's not going to be much less to a champion.
And he is about to face check, however, so he might be in some trouble.
Let's see if KBM can find the punish here. Not going to manage to land the hook onto him. Plenty of damage coming out from Jensen in return. Tries to throw down the Realm Warp. Looking to get himself away and will do it. Dodging away from the X marks the spot. Still going to be taken down by Ranger. Cloud9 coming in now for the counterattack. Blabber able to find some damage. Chitan is gone! As now they're looking to continue to fight even further. Ranger's going to be targeted. Taken down almost Rhea, barely getting himself away. Shutdown credit over to Blabber, and Cloud9 grab themselves 2 kills.
And the first real skirmish of Worlds, and Cloud9 come up so far ahead. Even the HP bars are there for them, and over the wall they go.
Oh, they take out another one. A It's a killing spree for Blabber. Xanten's gonna be the next one on the menu now. The chains come down, the flash goes out, over the wall he goes, still gonna be kept alive for now. Chikato looking to chase this one even further. Clem's too early. Licorice goes over the wall. How you doing? Cuts him down. Xanten's now in some trouble. This could be the last man standing. It's ace for Cloud9.
And that should just mean that Baron, you could see that they were looking for the play. They thought they had Jensen out of position, but it just wasn't to be. That gold lead only going to get work, and Cloud9 now breathe that big sigh of relief.
KBM win a lot of games through team fights in the mid game, through being able to pull those off. But Cloud9 says not today. The lead was too much, and it all started with this attempt onto Jensen.
And this is what 131 does. It makes you make poor decisions. And you can see already there's two members behind the members of KBM. They're walking up through the jungle. So even if Jensen falls down, which he eventually does, it takes such a long time that this collapse is just already completed, and they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know, only bottom lane outer turret is there. There's no escape through the jungle. There's no escape towards mid lane. And strength of Kaiser is you can follow up from anywhere, man. That was just a very nice play.
That Acer Predator replay really showed off, yeah, you can collapse and find the kill onto one guy, but if it takes too many resources, it still won't work. Cheetan now in some trouble. Cloud9 looking to make this one happen yet again. Rhea barely getting himself away, going to be taken super low, does walk away from that one. Cloud9 expending the Leona ultimate there, but nothing else really thrown into that, as now they've got themselves the Baron buff. They've got everybody alive. They're 7,500 gold ahead, and KBM just has to be on full all-out defense.
And that's a little bit of a rush of blood play, to be honest. They saw a couple of people pushed up in a lane. They didn't have the waves to go with it. They went, maybe we can kill them. Blabber hooked up.
Has to pop the ultimate to keep himself alive. Is going to be yoinked backwards by the gravity field. Nice pickup there from KBM, getting themselves one for free. Now it might be Sneaky who's in some trouble. Has to use the killer instincts plus the flash to keep himself at bay. Xanten's going into that stasis. Zazel going to be zoning everyone else away on the team. Going to be 1-for-1 overall in this delayed portion of the fight. Licorice wants to come in from the side. Overall, still okay for KBM, who did go even on that trade. But now, can they hold the line any longer? It looks like Cloud9 is going to say, no, sir, not today. Root comes through onto Rhea. It's going to be forced back on that one. Sneaky still full HP, firing away onto this inhibitor, and that is inhib one down.
So the base is broken. That's the bad news for KBM. They will get a little bit more farm. That's kind of the good news.
I don't know if that makes up for losing the inhibitor.
I don't think it does either. You know, I'm trying to be the glass half full kind of guy right now.
The
problem is the Aatrox on your screen. The kind of checklist right now for KBM is Licorice here? If no, we can make a play. If yes, just head for the hill.
Get the hell out.
Yeah, he's just zoning 3 people. Ranger actually wants to 1v1 him though.
Well, this might not be a get-out kind of play. Can they hit this hook? No, they cannot. Licorice, however, he decides it's time to end their world, and he dunks Rehab right back into the brushes as Ranger has to get himself away. Chikato is now going to be in for a very nasty surprise as Blabber and Jensen show up. The cavalry has arrived, and Cloud9's got 3.
And what can I say? They didn't follow the checklist. Even if it is just Licorice, you shouldn't be looking for the play. This is certainly going to be at least a base broken in another position, and Cloud9 right now looks so confident in every play they take.
Cloud9 are 5 men strong, Baron buff ready, knocking on the door to top lane, knocking that sucker in. And now they might just be able to push for the win. They still have very long timers on the enemy mid laner, on the enemy jungler. They're on to Nexus turret number 1. It's taken down rapidly. Zazel's starting things off. Cheetan's already out of the game. As Xanten's will go into Stoneplate mode, but it's only going to buy a couple more seconds. Cloud9 win the first game of Worlds 2018.
I think more importantly for the North American squad, it was in decisive fashion.
Absolutely.
You know, first turret, first Rift Herald, first blood, 28-ish minute victory. That is just a statement on this group. Are we inexperienced? Yes, but we are confident in our playstyle. We are confident in our rookies' strengths, because once again, this was, you know, Licorice, this was Blabber making the big plays, and it was really Jensen and Sneaky just saying, all right, guys, go for it, and we'll clean up.
And Licorice and Blabber, yeah, you can say there were a couple overextensions in the enemy jungle in the mid game, But if those were your biggest errors, KBM wasn't able to translate that into much of anything, and Cloud9 didn't get shook by it. They made sure that they still maintained the plan, and then when KBM did decide to bare fangs and strike back, it was Cloud9 who found the counterattack into that Baron.
And the problem that a lot of teams make when they go to tournaments like Worlds is they do nothing. And then you just slowly lose the game against superior opponents. If you're Cloud9, you're not sporting necessarily the most firepower when you look at teams like RNG, when you look at teams like KT.